Welcome to our 5 on 5. Pleased to be joined today by Gene Pelham, the President and CEO of Rogue Credit Union. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Good to have you here the week of Christmas. We kind of wanted to talk about looking back on 2019, but also looking ahead. How do you feel the strength of our economy? What is the 2020 outlook from your perspective?
Yeah, actually, I feel really good. I'm fortunate enough to be involved in a lot of meeting with various economists that have different perspectives, but my outlook is still real strong for 2020. There are a lot of indicators that are being looked at that show that there's still a lot of steam left in our economy. Yes, we have the uncertainty with some of the trade issues and so on, but I feel pretty good.
Yeah, so that's good to hear, because we were talking before we started rolling that there's been a quote-unquote looming recession for some time, or a lot of people seem to think that, but we're still chugging along. It doesn't seem to be slowing down.
Yeah, there was really a lot of talk about the recession coming much sooner, but now the indicators are pushing it out a lot further, maybe even 22, 23, and then even if it's going to be that deep of a recession too. So I just encourage folks that if you're interested, go to folks like the U of O Economics Group and Tim Dewey and some of those folks that really have some really great stuff on their websites that can help you understand what's happening in Oregon's economy and the national economy too.
And I'm sure, as a credit union, you guys have probably been planning for 2020 for months and possibly even by a year by now. What do you think people should be doing to approach the new year and starting off correct financially?
We kind of follow this whole strategy of plan, do, check, act. And so we've done the planning in the past. We've actually executed. Now it's kind of the checkup time, is making sure that we've where we're at on our goals and so on. And now we're also at the end of the cycle, so that we're putting the final touches on our budget and our business plan for 2020. And that's really what I would encourage individuals to do too, is there's some time here before the end of the year to just make sure that you've checked everything, and if they're taking advantage of some of the opportunities that might be there, either from making a donation or if it's an additional contribution to your IRA or so on.
Yeah, probably a lot of us have spent a lot of money this month. It's time to start 2020 off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, Gene Pelham here, the President and CEO of Rogue Credit Union. We're talking about looking ahead to 2020, and the Trump administration has made some changes to our tax code. What should people know about how they approach this year?
Well, some benefits for you. You can contribute an additional $500 to your IRA or an additional $500 to your 401k. So you might want to check that out before the end of the year if you've got the ability to maximize those contributions. Now's the time to make sure that you get it taken care of.
Deadline is looming.
Yeah, and while you can do it after the first of the year, it's so much better to understand and make all those decisions in one fell swoop. It's the same way with making additional donations. You might be, based on the standard deduction being a little bit higher than it was previously, maybe you're close to the standard deduction, so a donation you were going to make next year would make more sense to make this year, or putting it off till next year when you're going to do those. So thinking ahead of all of the different strategies and the things that you want to do to give back as you go forward. I also really check your personal savings plan. Yes, you have your IRA, yes, you have your 401k, but what are you doing to put money away for a rainy day? Make sure you get that money set aside. If you have the opportunity, sometimes we dig into that for Christmas and so on. So if you do that, then just make sure you set your plan for next year so you know where you're going, so that you have money for that rainy day or a difficult time.
It's the hard part about it, is planning ahead, but it sure does pay off for all of us. All right, so we're talking about all these changes. One thing we see a lot of commercials, especially around tax time, is all these different software and different things you can do. IRS does do free file. Like, who qualifies for that?
Yeah, really, anyone with under $69,000 in annual income would qualify for free file. So I would at least encourage folks to check that out to see if it works for you. There are a lot of really good and slick programs that are out there that make filing your taxes easier. But if there's any complications at all, a tax professional is a great investment and a great insurance policy too. So make sure you consult your tax professional if you have any unique situations. But if it's real basic and it's under $69,000, check out free file.
Yeah, that's a great tip right there. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.